Hey everyone, Rebecca Martin here from Rebecca Martin Coaching. Thank you so much for joining today. I'm here to teach you transformational public speaking skills for your workplace and also for your life. So today I'm going to talk about a fairly interesting topic, which is vocabulary and eloquence. So many of my clients that when they come to me, one of their top priorities is to increase their vocabulary. And the reason they want to increase their vocabulary is they want to sound more eloquent, more articulate. And I think this is a great request. It's great to set a high standard for yourself and ask yourself to read more books, find new vocabulary words, add them to your communication. This is an excellent way to grow in your communication. But I think that often when we're thinking that we need to increase our vocabulary, we actually need to focus on our delivery. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about how to sound like you have increased your vocabulary first. And then if you stick around to the end of the video, I'll be able to share with you a couple of techniques to actually build your word choice, to actually increase the number of words that you can say, can use, and also finding new words and new phrases that will help you in your specific role, in your specific line of work. So let's get back to this idea of maybe you don't need to increase your vocabulary, but maybe you need to work on your delivery. So if you think about one of the speakers that you think sounds eloquent, they have excellent vocabulary choices, they make excellent vocabulary choices. Many people pull on the example of Barack Obama. So I agree. I think he is a very articulate speaker. But might notice that as he's speaking, he maybe doesn't use words that are so far out of your reach. Often he's using fairly simple, straightforward words, but they're honest, they're authentic, and he's clear and concise in his delivery. So I want to encourage you to not think that you don't have enough vocabulary words, to not think that you don't have you don't know the correct words yet and you need to build them, and in the future you'll be able to be articulate. You are in the role that you're in now, you're in the career that you're in now, you're in the job that you have now because you are an expert in what you know. You do a great job in what you do. You already bring value. And if you can simply communicate that value clearly, concisely, directly, with honesty, using the words that occur to you naturally, you will allow yourself to be an articulate speaker. Often, when we think we have to use different words or use a higher level of vocabulary, will our thinking brain will actually get in our way and will be seeking to sound professional, but will actually sound the opposite. Will sound like we're reaching a little bit or kind of awkwardly trying out new big words or pretending to be something that we are not. The number one thing that we read between each other is authenticity. If you don't feel authentic or if I don't feel authentic to you, then I'm not going to listen to you. I'm not going to trust you. You don't have credibility to me. So the first thing we need to think about in our communication is authenticity. In order to be authentic, use the words that occur to you. Use the words that make sense to you. Deliver them directly, honestly, and with confidence. When you do this, when you speak like this, there'll be an authenticity that comes through in your voice. There'll be a clarity of your message. and people will respect how you communicate. Often, when we're seeking to find new words, additional vocabulary words, we want to build our vocabulary to sound like the people around us. There is a fear, it's masking a fear of being honest about what we think and how we feel. Now, it could go way deep into this, but that might be for a one-on-one conversation with us. And it could also be for another video. So my message is stop putting a buffer around what you're trying to say. Stop hedging and just speak honestly and directly with the words that make sense to you. When your speech is filled with honesty, authenticity, when you allow yourself to be direct and not worry necessarily about hurting the other person's feelings, there's a power in your communication, there's a power in your presence, and it can come across as sounding articulate and eloquent. So these are my encouraging words for how to build your vocabulary, focused on honesty, authenticity, and brevity. Now, of course, building your vocabulary is a good thing. So there's two ways that I recommend you building your vocabulary authentically, so that when you find those words and fall in love with them, you'll have a way to ultimately use them. One, I suggest reading books from a variety of different areas. Read self-help books, read old English literature, read modern fiction, read articles, read graphic novels, read anything. Read it out loud. Hear the words that you're reading. Hear the structure of the language. Hear the cadence at which somebody writes. The more you fill your body and your brain with this knowledge, the sound of these words, you'll almost like a sponge soak up these words and be able to deliver them at the right moment. The second way that I recommend that you organically build your vocabulary is listen to the people in your environment who you find to be eloquent, excellent speakers, people that you admire. You enjoy listening to them speak. Notice the words they use. Notice the phrases they use. Notice how they structure their thoughts. And notice if there's anything in their delivery that makes them sound articulate, such as the way that I'm emphasizing some of my words. That might make me sound more articulate, though I'm just using basic, everyday, run-of-the-mill language. Write those words, phrases, noticings down, and then slowly start to practice them in the comfort and the privacy of your own space. Practice saying these phrases out loud. Put them to use in a way that you could imagine yourself using them. Hear your own voice saying these phrases and words. Then try them out one by one in a meeting or a conversation. In this way, you've picked up your local habitat. You've picked up the words that are efficient and effective in your environment. So they fit, they make sense, and people aren't going to be looking at you strangely as you use a word that nobody uses. This is the second way to authentically, organically build your vocabulary. So hope some of these concepts resonate. Again, I absolutely support you to reach for the stars and say, I want to build my vocabulary. And I'm here to empower you to maybe also embrace where you are. Find a deeper level of confidence in the value that you already bring. Honor the words that do occur to you. And when you do this, when you accept It is what it is. I am where I am. I'm at the level that I'm at. People can feel that. There's a confidence when you accept who you are. And that's what I want you to be able to tap into now. Thanks again for watching. Please let me know if you appreciated the techniques that I taught you today. You can like this video. You can say something in the comments. I also welcome you to share your experience in the comments with using any of these techniques, or ask me a question. Tell me some topic that you would like to understand at a deeper level in your communication journey. I welcome your response. Thanks again for watching.